Hello, hello. Let me see. Is this too loud? Maybe I'm just being grumpy. I'll lower that a little. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Friday Night Craft and Chill. Thank you for everyone who's stopping by, watching the replay later. Appreciate everyone. Ed, dude, today's going pretty good. Feeling pretty good today so far. What do we got here? We got Eduardo. Hello, fellows. Radna, I'm Axion. What's up, Eduardo? Cobweb Collector. What's going on, Cobb? I saw that post about that giveaway, Cobb. That's pretty cool. 1,500? Pretty nice, man. Pretty nice. So I was debating on starting a new project today because I never finish anything anymore. But I don't know. I might start crafting something in a little bit. I'm gonna do a little bit of the last little bit of painting up here. Not sure if I'm putting red on this or not. I feel like it needs red across the top, but I don't know. I think I want these to be blue. Let me see. It's a little bit crooked where I cut it with a hot wire cutter, so I'm worried that by making a red stripe on there, it's going to draw attention to the crookedness of it. But we're just going to go ahead and paint it. We'll see what it looks like after. You know, because if it's a wider chunk that's a little crooked and it's just widening like, you know, a millimeter, wider a millimeter or two on one side and the other, your eye won't really pick it up. But when you make it a tiny sliver of white, because the top part is red, it's easier for your eye to see. Cheat it? Yeah, we'll figure something out, Ed. Kenzo, what's up, Kenzo? Michael Dumas, how you doing? How you doing? What do we got? We got... I started a little bit late today, but it didn't really feel like it. The last few days, I've been going to sleep before midnight, which is rare for me lately. And that's been actually really nice. I've been feeling more energized with 5 hours of sleep as opposed to 3. Go figure. Well, 3 plus a nap midday. I think that'll work. Oh, we'll figure it out. I'm late. Fat Red, come on, dude. What are you doing, man? You're slacking. How you doing, Fat Red? We just started anyway, man. Modding another channel and putting Lady's mom to bed. Right on. Right on, right on. It's another live stream, Fat Red. I'll be back. No worries, man. No worries at all. What do we got? Let me see. I should have done some research on... I was kind of looking at a Roman tower. Man, there's so many different styles. Alright, do I have anything that's unfinished? I still need to flock those hills, but it's just such a nightmare to do that in this room. Let's take a look at our scraps. I kind of have an idea of a few projects I want to start, but all of them are like things that if I was not a complete mess, I would have done some planning on before. What we need tonight is we need a random project. That would probably be good. Fat Red, I can't take too much of that other guy. Who's the other guy, Michael? Or, you know, you don't need to say it. It's not a big deal. It's like I want to do history-inspired or fantasy, but all my brain is putting out lately is science fiction. Science fiction, science fiction. And Ed, I saw that picture. I didn't see it on your page, but I saw what you sent me, and that looked pretty cool, man. That's going to be a very nice set. You need to get like I didn't notice. I don't know if you have it or not, but you need a backdrop. Like you need a canvas or something painted that can be like a sunset with a hill. And like a cactus in there, something like they would use in an old like Clint Eastwood movie or something like that. Spaghetti Western. One of the old Hollywood backdrop sets, matte paintings or whatever the heck they call them. That'd be really cool. Oh, Michael, okay, I see. You have a decent, okay, desert backdrop. Very cool, man. Very cool. Yeah, I gotta paint a bunch of backdrops. I keep meaning to, and that would be something good to do. I have a bunch of canvases in the other room. I just need to, like, paint up maybe 5 or 6 different biomes. What's his name? Man, I can't believe I can't remember his name right now. Great diorama artist, does really good rocks. But he does a lot of, the guy I'm thinking about, he just paints them on pink foam board. Which is kind of cool. I mean, it's cheap and we use it. You know, why not? It's probably easier to, like, kind of deal with getting it to glued together and integrated as opposed to a wooden frame canvas. But yeah, he'll just paint the sky and the backdrop right on. Man, I can't believe I don't remember. Oh, Lawless Studios. Lawless Studios, yeah. Horse-drawn wagon now. That's very cool, Ed. for sure. Pulling off the tape before the paint's even dry. Feeling brave today, I guess. Oh no, dude, that looks good. Look at that. That's pretty slick. That came out good. Better than I was expecting. Man, that's actually very crisp. Cool. Can't see the lines. Can't see the lines, can you, Russ? Russ? Live chat. No, it looks good. The only thing that came out a little wonky is like there's a little bleed right there, but honestly it looks totally, completely acceptable. Christmas Vacation? Okay. Real blue, blue kazoo, true blue, blue kazoo? Nah, that's too. Meh. Maybe true blue? I can't remember the blue I used for all that stuff. Let me get one of those panels. I don't know if I like that blue or that blue. I'm leaning towards that, and I think that's either true or... No, it's not Mediterranean. Wait, which one is this? Mediterranean? No. I think it's true blue. It's a little bright, though. It's too wishy-washy. Nah. What about this one? Real blue? Real blue. Let's see what real blue looks like. Smurf choking on a peanut blue. Yeah, right? Smurf choking on it. And the blue-gray is this. That's just too bleh. I want it to look like a screen or a lit-up panel, and it's going to be too close to this tone, I think, if I use the blue-gray. I do love the blue-gray. Let's see. Let's see what Smurf choking on a peanut blue looks like. That's not exactly what I'm looking for either. It's not bad. I'm gonna go with whatever this is. I think that's the... It's not Blue Kazoo. Blue Kazoo might actually be good too. Good grief. This is way too much thought over a shade of blue. Neon blue? Ugh, teal. I hate teal. So, not really. I have like a patina. What's this? That's pretty close. Calypso. Sky. Nah. You know, that would actually look not too bad. Aquamarine. You know, I have so many neon colors, and I don't think I have neon blue. That's Blue Kazoo. I do like Blue Kazoo. That would be Blue Kazoo. Vine jump. Man, I wing it a lot too, Vine. Don't don't worry about that. Nothing wrong with a little winging it. This brush is not gonna do good. I need to change this out now. Okay. Besides, man, the more you wing it, the better you'll get at winging it. That's all. It's good to be comfortable with just making those winging it decisions, I think. A little bit of pre-planning's good. I'd say Alan has mastered winging it. Awesome. I don't think I've ever checked out his page. Is that your name on IG as well? Vine Jungle Figure Factory? Okay, cool. I'll probably take a look. I'm waiting on wood glue to dry. Stall point, right? I'm always waiting on something to dry, man. Are you using actual wood glue, or do you use some, like, Aleene's? Because I've noticed Aleene's works super great for, you know, when you're dealing with popsicle sticks and stuff. And I'm not sure what the dry time is on wood glue, but I feel like Aleene's, especially the turbo, probably dries a little quicker. Wood glue as a foam coat. Okay. Cool. I've never used wood glue for that, but, you know, pretty much any kind of PVA-based glue will work well for that, I think. I don't see why not. A tissue mache with it. Okay, I see. Yeah. No, that's cool. I've done stuff like that before a few times, making like rocky terrain, and then I'd usually go back over it with like grit and stuff after. It is a miracle I haven't put my brush in the wrong glue yet. I've almost done it like 6 times. Maybe 10 times. Great skit. Thank you, Junkman. It's not. It's fairly easy. The more you use a brush, the steadier you get with it. Cobweb said, was talking with 3D printing kids at the engineering building last night. Said if I wanted the best printer out there, go with Bamboo. Told my buddy, yeah, Bamboo is amazing. There's no... They almost have no competition right now as far as a, non-commercial printer goes. I mean, the Prusa might be close in some things, but I just think the Bamboo is just amazing. Honestly, just the features it has and the ease of use. Yeah. Very awesome. And I have been using that Elegoo Neptune 4 Max as well. And it's great because it's larger format. The Bamboo, that's their bigger model, and this is what you get. So this is plenty big for most things, like, diorama-wise and things like that. But that Elegoo Max is crazy. This is, I don't know, 9x9 or 10x10 or something like that. That Elegoo Max is 16x16. It's just enormous. But the features on the Elegoo Max are not as robust as the Bamboo. There's some things I like about that, though. It's, I don't know how to put it. There's something to be said for simplicity sometimes. There's probably less to break on it, but the Bamboo, it's just so easy. It's turned it almost from a hobby machine into a like an appliance, like a kitchen appliance, where you just select what you want and it comes out. Hold on one second for comparison here. Where are we at? Here we got the Bamboo. Okay. And then here we have the Elegoo, dude. What? It's a unit. It's a complete unit. So, yeah, I mean, the performance and the output on the Bamboo, honestly, this thing is printing pretty nice, but I would go with the Bamboo almost all the time, unless you just need to go big. And we got yeah, it's huge, Ed. I mean, when you think about it, and that's something that really, I haven't really done much with it in that direction yet, because it will take a long time. If you print something utilizing that whole build plate, you're talking like minimum 1 day and probably more than that. 24 hours. But, 10 by 10 or 9 by 9, you're not really doing much if you wanted to print the whole floor or a whole wall for a 1/12 scale diorama. But if you wanted to print the whole floor or the whole wall on a 16 by 16 build plate, totally could. So if you came up with like a cool pattern for like a sci-fi floor, or you could even do bricks. Honestly, you could do brick patterns. There's a lot a lot of potential in being able to print something that large. Interior walls for Snake Mountain. Okay, yeah, that sounds sweet, actually. I need to do some touch-up now. The size of a room, is it really? Man, I wish I had some more space. But very cool, very cool. Yeah, there's something to be said with dioramas. Bigger. Bigger is just more impressive oftentimes. It can be hard to put in enough work to get the level of detail you might want as you go bigger, because you can spend 100 hours on a 10 by 20 diorama. You can. It's not hard to do, really. But, yeah, there's just something about big stuff that's cool. What are these units? Yeah, man, they're basically just a random craft project. It was winging it, dude. I just made this winging it. I really didn't have much of a plan. I think, what was it based off of? I think I looked at a piece of furniture or prop in The Expanse that looked kind of like this, but wasn't really like this. I think it might have been the command deck of the Space Mormon ship, that big one, the Nauvoo. And I think the command deck, like the main console, had something similar in design to this. Not exactly, but I like the way it looked with all the little drawers or compartments. I think they were probably like supposed to be like server panels or something on their design, but I went with like a retro look. So this turned into a sci-fi-ish medical bay situation where you have that, and then you have just some additional storage that eventually maybe I'll build a wall and everything to put it on. It's random, hence the name. 11 foot tall and 17 feet wide. That's absolutely insane. I'm doing it room by room. Yeah, and I mean, what's cool about that is you're always going to know what you're doing, right? You have a time commitment there of years if you want it to be. But you'll probably be the only guy with one of those that size, so that's also very cool as well. Or, I mean, maybe there's, a handful of people that might do that, but probably haven't yet. Yeah, does look a bit like a tool cabinet, for sure. I'd say it's kind of sort of general enough that if you painted it different colors and depending on what set you put it in, it would match, you know, with several different things. I think it would probably look not out of place as a post office mailbox, you know, like the P.O. boxes. It would probably not look out of place on a starship in the medical area or in the engineering maintenance area for tools with the right paint. Toolbox in an automotive garage, if you did it right, maybe. But yeah, lots of potential things it would fit into. And I need a little white. 100% might be a year out from being finished. Oh yeah. Yeah, but are you building it in such a way that you can move it? Like, is it sectionable where you'll be able to pull it apart and take it somewhere, or is it's just in there? "30 other bases." Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Crap. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. All right. Modular in 7 pieces, feels like shelf units. Okay, cool. That must be for... Oh yeah, this one doesn't have a door. That's right. This one is for... this guy. Yeah. These are, none of this stuff is commissioned. Sometimes I sell things, but these right here were basically for making content that I never really finished making. I have a set of these right here that make up half a semicircle, half a circle bridge on a starship, basically. I have the command chair and I have the layout. Yeah. But I never finished it. I have it all over there, and I'm sure I will finish it eventually. Actually, this one is... I don't think this one is part of that set. I have to look. There were two panels that looked very similar but weren't part of the set. I can't recall. I have to pull them all down. I have a miniature throne problem, so captain chair is pretty cool. What's your problem? You just keep going? I've made quite a few chairs. I've made some thrones too, actually. Although, what did I do? I made a stone throne for Maestro, or a couple of them. I made a throne for Link that was kind of like Conan style a long time ago. I don't think I have that anymore, though. 20 of them? Yeah. Yeah, once you start making chairs, it's kind of fun. Let's see, show and tell time. I have a few good cutting lasers, and I use those foam, sometimes 3D print for parts. I have one laser. I have a X Tools M1, which is like a 10-watt hobby, but honestly, it works great. I've done quite a bit of stuff with it. So here's like a different console that would have been... Now, a lot of these pieces, like the more current pieces, I cut with the laser cutter, like these little bits. I'll cut and then glue them. This one was done with clay, so more by hand. I pressed things into the clay and hardened it, Sculpey. But we got chairs. Not exactly a captain's chair, but those are like little joints like that. The chair for this set is this one. And I made a lot of these on this stream, actually. We kind of went through, we've done a lot of chairs on here. And we have the green one. I think this might have been the first one that was a command style chair. Thank you. Yeah, I think this might have been the first one. And I don't know if you've ever seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but you know, the captain of one of the ships was like in a bathtub, and I decided that maybe the captain might want a Chase lounge chair. So if you're flying through the universe and you just need to have like a little extendo lounge chair as your command chair, that seemed kind of cool. Love the green one. Thank you. Yeah. And I have a whole set for almost all this stuff. I'm running out of desk space, but I have a set for the green, I have a set for the blue, I have tons of the red stuff. That's a Wall-E captain's chair. Which one? The recliner? Where's the sky sled? Are we just doing show and tell now, Ed? Yeah, there's Deadpool chilling on it. Alright, Ed, sure, why not? Need more desk. So the last one we did like that, Ed, was this guy, but that's really more for a 3.75 inch figure. But I think you're referring to one of these dudes. I don't remember which one was first. Let's see. Yeah, this was the later one. This was the later one. Yeah, this is the first one. Oh, okay, cool, man. Yeah. I was just like, can I make a vehicle out of foam that's not too, just winging it? I mean, well, winging it, but not too difficult. I just combined my sentences. Yep. The old sky sled. Still don't know which design I like more. I don't know, I kind of like the layout of this dashboard a little bit more. You could see on this, though, I was trying to get funky. I put is it gonna zoom? There we go. I put resin on some of these. So it's kind of got like a dome on it. Not just a flat. I don't know if you can see that. The screen's too small for me in the window to tell, but I don't know, it came out kind of okay. Nope, no hard coat. Lots of times when I do things on stream, I'm doing them not for durability, just to kind of make them, but sometimes something I've started doing is, the problem is you'll get dinged up on the seat and on the back, and this is the newer one, but you can see on the older one, it's just tore up. It gets tore up by the figures, and so a hard coat would be a good idea. Something I do sometimes to mitigate that, even without the hard coat, is I'll use EVA foam, and that's what this is. So instead of just making the whole thing out of pink foam, I'll use a cushion of EVA foam, which, if you divot it, it just pops right back up. It's spongy. It's not like pink foam, and that helps a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if it's 1 millimeter, but it's really thin. It's the kind you would buy at like Walmart in the, the craft store in the pack of all the little really, really thin sheets. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, EVA is used for tons of stuff. Thank you, Eduardo. What kind of hard coat do you like to use? Just wood glue for the most part? The easy, fast, or good matrix, right? Yeah. Was it easy, fast, or good? Easy, fast, I don't know, cheap, I know. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. You can't have it all, but yeah. Is there any difference between using wood glue and just using normal Elmer's white glue? Slow, fast, cheap. There you go. Well, no. Slow or fast are the same. One's got to be money. Money or quality. Quality is the other one, right? It's speed, quality, cost. Dioramas 2.0. What's up, guys? Everyone left one world to another world building live. What's going on, Dioramas? Good, fast, cheap, yeah. Can't have it all, man. You can never have it all. Silver, maybe? Okay. Is there sound? John Tompkins, yes, there is sound. I'm just not always talking. Sometimes I just chill, man. I know it's like a thing where most YouTubes or YouTube lives, like, they feel like they have to be talking nonstop. And I used to try and do that sometimes, but honestly, just kind of gave up on it because why? You know? It's late night. It can be chill. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the chill part. I might add some when I go live. I have not gone live in a long time. Yeah. For those of you that are here regularly, you might remember I was using that fantasy, like tavern, medieval tavern music on and off. And I like it, but it got me copyright struck, even though originally it was copyright free, but there was one song in the mix. And if it only showed up at one part during the stream, I would just clip that bit out. But it came up probably about 30 times in the stream because it's on a loop. If you want something to take 3 times longer than film it, you are not lying right there, man. I mean, that's pretty much what happens with all my film stuff. Is you get into it and it ruins a lot of the creative process. I guess if you had a big space set up and you had camera mounts and everything kind of ready to go. Because I could do that with smaller scale stuff, because I have the workbench and I could put a couple of, these swing arms with a camera on it. That's not too bad. But as soon as you start getting, a bigger item and there's multiple parts to the process, like you're 3D printing and you're cutting foam and then you're painting and then maybe you're using a laser cutter, it gets crazy. I mean, imagine having to edit like 100 or 200 hours of working on stuff down to an hour, and you still have to shoot everything. So you can kind of in your mind just think, okay, this is a key step in the process, I should take a 30-second clip of that and then just clip it all together. And that kind of works sometimes, but you're eating up your brain power by trying to keep track of what shots you need and what you're doing. Hulkamania voice, the doorway is amazing, brother. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. We have a door with no door and a door with a door, just a cutout. What I'll probably do with that is I'll probably just get some hot glue and set that back a little bit like that, so it has a little more depth for shadow and such. That's all I do these days, clips of important process. Right on, Famine. Yeah, and that works better for editing, but your brain is always thinking like, oh, do I need a clip here? Do I need a clip here? And you're like, stop and start. And if you had the unlimited money and the unlimited space, I think it'd probably be better just to have cameras on all the time, and then you can kind of go back in and pick out which parts of your process you think are most valuable. It's all a trade-off. Where do I want? I feel like I need some silver here. Blue, red, blue. Let me see if I have the other part. been so long since I kind of need to just set this whole thing up so I can remember where everything's supposed to go. Alright, this is up front. Okay, I see. Yeah, these two are their own thing that I did separately. That's right. That's right, so... Yeah, it's 112. There's Deadpool. Yeah, I actually have, like, Axion will know, Ed will know, but Oz has one of my consoles. I think he uses it for a Snake Mountain toy that he has. He has one similar to this one. I made a set of these. I made a bunch of them, actually. I think I still have... There's still some up on Etsy. But, yeah, Oz had the one that was the prototype of this. The first one I did... This is done with the laser cut parts. Oz has the one I did out of the Sculpey by hand. And now I'm setting up the whole diorama because I just feel like it. So why not? Let me see. Plan? We don't have to have a plan. So plans are kind of overrated anyway. There's a quote, planning is invaluable, but plans are mostly worthless. I like that philosophy. Do we have enough room? Do we have enough room? Yeah, we do. Texas, DFW area. No, that's the front. What the heck? Am I missing a piece? Well, I just had it, dude. What? I'm in DFW, really? Okay. With another century of training, I could do one of those. Nah, it's not that bad, Eduardo. Dark Hour, Haunted House, and the Monster Museum at Scarborough Fair. Okay. Vine, I'm very much a hermit. I just kind of go to work. I don't go out too much. But, yeah, I'm up in around North Dallas. I'll reach out to you on Instagram. I've been to... I used to go to, you may remember, Hawkwood a long time ago, which is kind of like the little... micro Renaissance fair that was kind of like baby Scarborough. Alright, I'm gonna get a different camera on this here in a second. Yeah, I used to like that. Oh, this one, that's what's wrong. That's what's wrong. This is the front piece, this is the back piece. I got it now. I repaired their stunt show dragon. Okay. I just remember them doing archery competitions, and they had like the little theater show thing that they would do. And I used to totally nerd out and play Amp Guard a little bit back in the day. It's quite some time ago now. Dude, where is the other piece to this thing? There we go. Can I bring the whole camera in? You know what? I don't usually move this camera, but let me see. Oh yeah, there we go. Here, let's just close this window for now. Did you 3D print the consoles? No, I did not. I did not 3D print the consoles. They were made by hand, except the little bits that they're made up from are laser cut. They're actually laser cut popsicle sticks, because popsicle sticks are cheap and nice and thin. So they're just small little circles and, you know, ovals and little shapes that I did in the design software. My mount that the camera is on is kind of worn out and tired, so it might start drooping. Unbelievably meticulous, thank you. But yeah, there we go. Let me see if I can get someone. Who do we want in the chair? We can put Deadpool in there. Looks like a transporter room. I mean, I'm thinking more of a bridge, Fat Red, but yeah, I mean, you know, this panel on this wall right here definitely gives me transporter room vibes, for sure. Work is so clean. Thank you very much. Yeah, I do weather things sometimes and go for that look, but a lot of this stuff, like this science fiction style stuff, for some reason I just decided I wanted to make it look new, you know, not necessarily all weathered with leaky you know, rust streaming down the sides or anything like that. I've done things like that, and that does look very cool, but I don't know why. I just got the bug for doing it that style. And that's kind of how I've been doing it. Now, this whole thing is pretty janky. Like, getting the angles to get the panels like that, I had a really hard time with. I did not do good with that. Come on, this stupid camera does not want to stay. Okay. So, these angles, they're not great, and I would eventually probably just, instead of magnetizing it, just glue it all together hard, you know, just one piece where it won't come apart again. I do want to do a pattern on the floor of some sort, but I'm not quite sure what I would do with that yet. I might just do like a simple grate or something, because the angles are so janky. Once I glue it together, it's going to be not conforming exactly to what I want on the floor. So if I try to draw a specific pattern, I don't know, it might be kind of hard to get it to line up. I'm probably overthinking that. Ed would tell me to just wing it, and it'll cheat it later, and I'm sure it'll work out. Hexagon pattern would be cool. Thank you, guys. The Procrastinator. Don't know why, but somehow Kingpin would fit. Looks straight out of comic. Yeah, Kingpin would fit. I could kind of see that, like an evil villain's lair. This definitely has maybe like a Cobra Commander. Although Cobra Commander, the figure, he's so spiky, he would tear up the chair. But, and they don't, I don't know, I don't think he poses super well, like in a seating position. Yeah, I don't even know where he is. It looks pretty good with AWOCs, though, too. Chilling. Analysis paralysis. Always works out. Overthinking it is the killer of creativity. It certainly can be. Finished is better than perfect. Yep. I got that from Jake Parker, actually, who had some controversy at some point, and like everyone on the internet gets, jumped on, but he had a lot of good tips and ideas on the artistic process, I think. All right, let's get this camera back up here. But yeah, you can see kind of the general shape a little bit better from up here. Stay! All right, there we go. I got the green one in the closet, but it's not semicircular. It just has the base and then the background, and that was that background piece has that little terminal thing that I don't know how to describe it, but the guys will know. It's that thing I drew off of what I saw in my migraine. Figure out where to attach the med bay. You're right about that. My haunt is in Plano. You should come see one of my shops. We make props and things. Haunts. Okay. Yeah, I was in Plano just, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. Figure out where to attach the med bay. Yeah, that's what I need to do. So yeah, analysis paralysis. Ed's totally right. So many people with dio making get stuck on, it's got to be this, I got to learn how to do this exactly, and lots of times you just need to start making stuff and don't worry about how it turns out exactly, right? I mean, if you make it and it's, here, we'll put that back on. If you make it and it's not exactly what you originally had in mind, then it's a prop for something else. It's fine. If it looks like it's like crooked or something, then smash it with a hammer and make it a damaged console or whatever. It's fine. It's totally fine. Just make it, and it will work out. Keep this diorama safe, man. All right, Eduardo. Eduardo's going to be coming for my Dr. Pepper and my dioramas. Right. No wrong way to make it. And I think a lot of that is, there's plenty of inspiration on social media, but you also kind of get like instantly judged on social media. And so you might put something out there and take a picture, and people will have a lot to say sometimes, or nothing at all. But doesn't matter. All right, what am I doing now that my desk is taken up with this contraption? 12:09. You know what? I'll pull the green one out. Why not? We're already doing this. I'm not making anything today. Look at me. Is this ready to paint? No. Rough like rock walls. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think if you're doing action figure dioramas, starting with bricks and cement is probably a good spot, or medieval. Pick fantasy, modern, or futuristic, and then just make something small. It's show and tell. Yeah, it's turned into show and tell. And for a while, I was doing a lot of different things for, you know, a toy company would send me a figure, or Entertainment Earth was sending me figures for a while, and I would want to do photographs. And so it was nice to have all the props on hand. So lots of times I would just make things, and then, yeah, there's a bandsaw. I think I did that on here. I don't remember if I did this on the live stream or on Instagram Reels. I can't recall. Oh, the table saw I never finished. And this was actually the first console I did. Let's raise this up a little. And this is all foam. So, you know, if you say you don't have a laser cutter, or you don't have Sculpey, or you don't have... You would need a hot wire foam cutter to make this because of the chamfer or bevel. That's really a chamfer right there. And some of the angles, like cutting that, might be kind of hard with a... But all the buttons on this, it's all foam. You know, so there's no wood or Sculpey or plastic at all. Are these? No, it's still foam. I thought those might have been styrene, the thinner ones, but it's still foam. And we have the Ed Special with the the wooden 70s puke green and wood paneling. I still need to do more of those. It's a grizzly. Yeah, it is a grizzly, actually. You're completely right. That's totally what I was thinking of when I made that. Started with trees, Fat Red says, then saw one of Famon's videos about doorways. Random and Axion and Famon have been great support and good source of inspiration. Very cool. The bevels, I try and sand them down. Don't have a wire cutter either. Yeah, so you can sand them down. You can also take like a metal straight edge like this. And let's see if I can... Am I going to completely scar up my desk right now? I might. Take a metal straight edge, you put this down. Now it's easier if you're cutting a thinner piece of foam. Like this. Or if you're doing half-inch foam, it's much easier. But you could kind of fudge those bevels. Kind of. You know what I'm saying? By having the metal to run it along, you can get a much cleaner cut. So... it's possible. It's never completely even on the hot wire either. The wire wings around when you're pushing it through. It's always kind of like close, but you could see that's... if you were to glue that like that, it has a pretty decent angle to it. We can't see it. What can't you see? Can you see it? Can you see it? I don't know, can I do a thicker piece? Oh, what about cutting it inward? Let's see what inward looks like. Oh yeah, that would work too. Hold on, I jumped the blade a little bit there. Let's see. It was cut off because of the angle of the camera? Really? I feel like I'm seeing it. tell if this blade is a little bit dull. Yeah, that was horrible. Horrible! But this way worked really well. Yeah. Rocks. I couldn't even figure the dry brushing part out. Well, start with brick walls. Okay. Yeah, so with rocks, I'll say one thing with dry brushing. First, you want to use several colors. Man, this is the randomest stream ever, right? What the heck am I even doing? I'm in like every direction. Usually you want to use several colors. You want to use a base color and then 2 or 3 colors on top of that, progressively getting lighter. So lots of people start with black. You can start with black or dark gray or brown or whatever, and then you get lighter and lighter gray as you get towards the top. Ed likes to put silver in, but that's confusing. A softer brush makes dry brushing so much easier. If you're trying to dry brush with like a normal brush, you have to be much more precise, I would say, and it's easier to just kind of like slop the paint on and make it not look good. But if you have like a makeup powder brush, or like this is a very, very soft bristle brush, and this thing is falling apart, but it actually still works really well for dry brushing. The best stream. A bit of white to each layer. That works great. The only thing is it becomes a 1-inch chip brush. Yeah, a bigger brush, you could kind of get away with that a little bit more. The bigger it becomes, the more you're just kind of, it's flowing more. But with the smaller brushes, if you're using something like a flat like this, which I used to use for dry brushing a lot, it's very easy to get the streaky pattern if it's not really soft. Alright, let me put this thing together here. So yeah, this thing on the back here, the guys here know, this was from something I saw when I was having a migraine. I just started seeing weird images, and something with this connected with these like lines or coupler, whatever you want to call them, power conduits, and then this funky copper thing was a pattern that kind of was just floating through my head when I was having a migraine. I kept seeing it on the inside of my eyelids, so I was like, all right, we're gonna make something out of that. And just random whatevers. And yeah, this goes like right in there, and this is usually off to the side. This is not quite as formal of a setup as the other bridge, but you get the idea. Tetris. Too short and stiff. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, it's like exactly fat, right? It's like a Klingon bridge. It's just a kind of a mishmash. But yeah, do we need the overhead? This was pretty cool. Putting the plastic grate in like that with the foam separators. Anywho. Yeah, the plastic screen floor. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. They don't even pop out. I don't even think I glued them down. I think they're just friction, but I can't remember. Yep, friction fit. There it goes. Smash it all. All right. Heck, might as well do the red one. I don't have a bridge, but... Plastic baskets, Dollar Tree for expanded metalwork. Okay. You hit their ship with a torpedo, the shields are down. It'll only take one more shot. And you'll have a reactor breach. My room is a disaster area right now. I have like diorama parts just vomited everywhere. It's gonna take me like an hour to clean up before I can go to bed. Alright, let's... okay. We need more power. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. Do we have any toy shows in our... Yeah, actually, Vine. There's a North Dallas toy show that's kind of like a swap meet, but last year I went to DFW Joe, and I'll probably go again this year, and I think Ed's going to know exactly when it is. Is that in June, Ed? I think it's in June. I had people ask me to set up a table there. I don't know if I'm going to do a table. I'll definitely be there. I should do a table, but I don't know. We'll see. Have I thought of doing flat tables with screens in them? Kind of. Kind of. But not... I mean, you know those conference... Well, here, like these conference tables, like... I kind of wanted to do something like that, smaller, not the whole table. I do get what you're saying, though, yeah. Like the, yeah, I thought about doing like a mini theater of war representation, but not a flat panel table. I wanted it to be like three-dimensional. Maybe, you know, like an old school one, or maybe you could say it's holographic, whatever. DFW G.I. Joe show. There you go. Yeah, that was cool last year. Lots of good stuff. And they had like all the old school guys from Hasbro there that did like all the old G.I. Joe. I'm not really big into that, but I mean, I remember when I was a kid, it was kind of cool listening to those guys. Seeing the wall lay flat. Which one? This? Or this? You're probably talking about this. Yeah, so that was that little control room. And originally, and I may do it one of these days, was I made it like a small room so it could be overlooking like a bigger diorama, where, you know, it'd be like maybe a control room, or could be kind of like Star Trek where they have like the shuttle bay control and they're looking out into the shuttle bay. Something like that. Looks awesome. Thank you, Kenzo. But yeah, this once again was laser cutter. This was clay. This one was laser cutter too, but oh yeah, here, this one was made with clay. And you don't really need that because you have a laser cutter, so you can make all the little pieces. But, oh, did I make these with clay? Oh yeah, dude, I rolled it out. I forgot about those. I rolled out the clay and then I just used punches. So I bought all these little punches on Amazon. They were like maybe $4 for a whole set of them. And it had all the different circles. I might need to do some more sculpting. But I mean, you get spoiled with the laser cutter and the 3D printer, because doing this on a laser cutter is nothing. You know, it just takes like no time at all. Yeah, it's a lot of work with the Sculpey, but not as much as you might think. Like, it took... I would say if you're going to do a one-off like this, it would take as much time to go in the program and put the file, and for me, I have to hook the laser cutter up so it pipes out the window, because it's kind of temporary, you know, I don't have a spot for it, so... Actually, my laser cutter's in my bedroom, so space is at a premium where I'm at right now. But yeah. Okay. Let's see. Probably one of my favorite ones in this red and gray color scheme, and I showed it before. Is this guy, and this one is clay again, clay buttons, but it just gives like the ability to have the whole. This is very much kind of Star Trek-y thought, even though it doesn't really look exactly like Star Trek. It just the idea of a bridge unit like that. You know what, I realized I don't have a red command chair. I should have a red command chair. Come on, camera. There we go. Yeah, but I always like the look of this. It's just kind of has that epicness to it, all the little bits. I don't even remember how long that took. It did take a little bit of time. And it's all glued on there with the tweezers. You guys have watched me do it, you know, so it's all this guy right here. I got a lot of mileage out of this tweezers. What do I want? I want a seltzer. Where's my seltzer? Let's see. I have an idea. I use clay every day. Okay. What's your idea, man? What's your idea? Love that one. Thank you. So much apple barrel. Yeah, there's a lot of apple barrel. You got the apple barrel, and you got, I don't know, there's more up there, and there's more in the other room. There's a lot of paint. What are we doing? We're doing show and tell? What's up there? Little boom boxes and stuff. Yeah. Those are all, most of those little things we built on the stream, too. Alright. Feeling discombobulated now. Okay. All right. Well, this has been, yeah, it's been something. I'm inspired to do the workshop next. Excellent, Vine. Very cool. Very cool. I just meant we've been watching him make these consoles for well over a year. Yeah, Fat Red. There was one time frame specifically when I was making these, and I made like 10 of them for sale, and I don't remember how many weeks I was working on these, but it was, yeah. It was cool to do 10 of the same item in a batch like that. And at the same time, not so cool. You know? A little bit of both. Man, I've been talking a lot for me. Okay. Alright, let's put some of this stuff. Oh yeah, this is going to be a fun cleanup. My fault, I'm shut. No worries, man. No, look. When new people come by and they want to talk and they're interested in stuff, of course, I like to talk. And if we're being honest, I didn't really have anything planned tonight. I kind of was feeling like doing a Roman watchtower, but my my usual 10 minutes of research didn't even happen, so I really didn't have enough. It would have been a very large amount of winging it going on with that. Okay. Put that there. IKEA shelves and make a spaceship, each shelf a different level. Yeah, that would be cool. Fat Red, if I had room for like one single shelf. That's where I'm at right now. So, yeah. I mean, there's no room, dude. I need to clear stuff out to even every wall in my... This is my bedroom. I have a, room... my dining room is basically all 3D printers and diorama bits and my airbrush and stuff. There's just no room. My living room is, I take care of Mom, so she lives in there, so it's just, there's no room. Yeah, it would be cool, Fat Red. And I could do it in the garage downstairs, but it's not temperature controlled and it's Texas, and the likelihood of me actually wanting to do that is extremely slim. Hyperdelic, what's going on, man? Thanks for popping in. How you been, man? Yeah, it was fun, Vine, talking. Vine's Jungle Figure Factory. Thanks for coming through, man. I'll try to check you out on Instagram after the stream. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we got Ollie's. Actually, it's almost in walking distance, honestly. It's kind of sad, though, because it was our Toys R Us. And they left all, like, the same flooring in there and stuff. But, yeah, they definitely have stockpiles of stuff coming through there. It'd be really awesome if I actually bought action figures, Fat Red, but I hardly ever do. I used to go there a lot with my buddy, though, who was a collector. Yeah, it's always sad with the Toys R Us, man. I miss Toys R Us. Oh, I didn't even know that the Big Lot stores were closing, Ed, but... Are they totally going out of business, or just some of them? Because the thing with Big Lots is they sell a lot of groceries, so... I feel like that's probably what's been sustaining them. I don't get Big Lots closing. I could never walk out of there with less than $100 and stuff. Yeah, Big Lots seems like they still did a pretty good business, and you know, they did business with a wide range of people. You know, you saw like, you know, I feel like Big Lots caters to people who are lower income, middle income too, but you know what I mean? So it's kind of like an accessible place to go. I've seemed like they were usually pretty busy, so maybe there's some mismanagement going on there or something. The grocery deals were pretty good, you know, and actually had some pretty good toys and stuff too. Furniture even, you know, some of that wasn't that bad. I don't know. They say Toys R Us wouldn't have gone out of business if it wasn't for mismanagement. Because, I mean, I still saw a lot of people in Toys R Us those last few years. It wasn't like they were, you know, like Target or something like that, which I don't know how Target stays in business. Probably the groceries. Death Star vibes on this one, yeah. I think this this little panel that's 3D printed, and that was on my old Ender. I think I was, man, did I make that in Blender? It might have been Blender. It was either Blender or it might have been Shaper 3D. I can't remember. But yeah, I was definitely thinking Star Wars when I was making that, for sure. Had to be mismanagement, yeah. Ah! Slipped. Not too bad, though. Here we go, Ed. I'm using much too small of a brush again. Can I buy the STL files for myself? What do you mean? I don't use resin. I use, this is all FDM. You can find a lot of stuff on Thingiverse if you just look. But that, yeah, I don't even know if I have that STL file anymore. I gotta look for it. I printed that a while ago. But you could literally get on Tinkercad and bang something out like this in 20 minutes, maybe. You know, I mean, if you just get to playing around with Tinkercad with it's just extruding shapes on a flat plane, until you start getting to like more three-dimensional things, anything on a flat like that it's really easy to do. You just gotta, I mean, you're literally just, you drop a square, you flatten the square, you widen the square, you drop some more squares, and then you set them to negative, and then you make square holes. I mean, it's basically like using some Fisher-Price blocks to build something, and then you print it out. And Tinkercad is a browser-based piece of software for any of you guys that have never tried it. So you don't need to download anything, you don't need to buy anything. You can log in with your Google ID. You just go on Tinkercad. And maybe one day I'll do this, but there is an ability on Tinkercad where you can share your work with other people. So you could start a group and kind of like collaborate with other people, I think. But it's super easy. Should I one day get STL files for sale? I probably should, but I haven't yet. Where are we at? Wow. Okay. Wow, we've been going over 2 hours already. There's actually been a fair amount of people in here most of the time. I guess the show and tell was kind of interesting for some folks, and that's cool. That was kind of fun. It's 12:51. We've been going for 2 hours and 2 minutes. Was a fun stream. I'm getting more sleep this week. I think that kind of helped. I haven't been sick or anything, so that's nice too. No migraine. Yay. Thanks for the great tip. Yeah, it would be kind of cool to do that, procrastinator. No problem. So we had some new people, that aren't usually here, like the procrastinator, stop by and chit chat, and obviously Vine. That was fun. So yeah, I guess we're gonna wrap it up now. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, fantastic week. We got Hyperdelic here, just entered Cobweb's giveaway. Don't need the figures because I already have all of them. I'm just going to give them away later if I win. Right on, just pass it on down the line. Nothing wrong with that, man. So yeah, hope everyone has a fantastic week. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Special shout out to the channel members and to Ed for helping out. And we'll see you all hopefully next week. Take care, everyone.